Alright, so today I'm going to give you a physical overview of my virtualization server. My main virtualization server currently is this Dell Poweredge R620. It's mixed in here with this rack of R710s, a switch patch panel, a console, and a bunch of UPSs. The only stuff in here that's mine is this switch up here and this R620. So let's take a look inside. I didn't put the panel back on yet because I was working on it. So what we have inside is a single E5-2650, a 8-core, 12-thread, 2.0 gigahertz. I think it boosts to like 2.6 gigahertz, something like that. And then we have 4 of these 4 gigabyte 1600 megahertz Samsung sticks. I plan on getting 64 more gigs of the exact same RAM, basically. I'm getting 4 16 gig sticks from some guy on Hardware Swap for 17 bucks a piece. Same rating, 1600 megahertz, PCL3 12800. Amazing stuff. I eventually plan on either upgrading to a second processor, so another one of these E5-5650s, or buying one of the E5, I think it's a 5697 12-core processor for about $200. And that has significantly higher clock speeds, has 4 more cores, 8 more threads. It'd be an amazing upgrade, but that is a little bit down the line. So the server is primarily, like, it's hot swap everything. So, like, if I can get it correctly, these risers will come out if I just pop them up. See? Well, I'm not going to pop it out all the way. But stupidly easy everything. This riser comes out, just pop it up. Hot swap everything. This is a 4-port gigabit NIC in the back here. Oop, I've made it upset. That's definitely not hot swappable. I forgot it was plugged in. But everything in here is hot swap. It's only a 4-bay, which is kind of frustrating, and I can't upgrade it to an 8-bay. Some of them do not have this metal bezel right here. They have a plastic bezel that you can pop off. Unfortunately, mine is not that, because you can, on some of them, you can take out this SAS backplane, buy a new cable, and then route it back to the SAS controller. Mine, unfortunately, does not have that capability, but these fans themselves are also hot swappable. I'm not going to pull it out because it's screaming at me right now, but yep. And then we have dual power supplies back here, redundant power supplies. I only have one plugged in because we don't have 2 circuits to plug them into anyway. But if I had, that would be an amazing thing to do. Just in case, we trip a breaker or whatever. And, thank you. Hope you enjoyed this little presentation of my virtualization server. We're going to move on to the software side of it, which is most likely going to be running Zen server, ESXi, Hyper-V, something like that, because I haven't set it up yet, to be completely honest, but I'll meet you right over there. Alright, so now we are over on the software side of things. I am going to log into the web portal for this virtualization server, or the web page. I just have to enter the IP address. I'm on my own local network, so it's just a local IP right here. And usually it gives me the login panel page where I have to enter my username and password, but I've just done that. So I don't need to enter it again. You can see right from here that I am running the Dell Poweredge R620, 8 processing cores, same exact processor model as I talked to you about in the physical overview, 16 gigs of RAM. Here are the IP addresses of my NIC, or of the main NIC that I'm using for this virtualization host. You can see an overview of how much processor is being used, how much memory is being used currently, and the storage that I've used. So right now I only have 378 gigs total capacity, split between 2 SAS SSDs. They're super nice SSDs, but I only have 2 of them, and they're only about 190 gigs apiece. For what I'm doing right now, they work perfectly. I'm not running that much, but I'd like to get a third drive to store ISOs and all that. I had that running previously, but I had to use it for a Windows server. My virtual machines are here. So far, I have Pop! OS, Windows Server 2016 Data Center, and Ubuntu server running. I can boot up Pop! OS right here. I'll show it to you in a second. And I can also monitor the statistics for the virtual machines themselves. So once it boots up, it would give me performance statistics. It would show me event logs, tasks, notifications, all of that. You can see that I gave it 2 processing cores, 2 gigs of RAM, 32 gigs of storage, and it's running it's getting 4 megabytes of like virtual video RAM. But there's also, you can see all of your virtual networking stuff right over here. I can see virtual switches. I can see these VM kernel NICs. I can see TCP/IP stack information, firewall rules. I can go in and probably change all of these. I haven't messed with this at all. I can see an overview of all of my physical network interface cards. These are 2 of my Broadcom Extreme cards, and these are my 4 Intel cards at the bottom. This is an add-in NIC that I took from an R710. And if Pop! OS will boot up for me in a moment, that would be amazing. Eventually, I plan on setting it up so that I can access this panel from outside of my network, because that'd be incredibly convenient to be able to access from a classroom or something like that. I can just port forward on my router, send the web page out. It'll be beautiful. Oh, just in peace, that one. We're not going to worry about that right now. And I'm not sure why Pop! OS isn't working, but I had it working before. I've just changed some things, so I'm getting errors. And for the host, I can manage system settings, some pretty advanced stuff, system buffer settings, buffer cache, all that stuff. My licensing information, I'm not going to show you because there's a product key in there that I use. I have a lifetime license for ESXi free. Show you my packages that are running, services that are running. I can show you users, authentication, all that good stuff. That is a pretty good overview of the software side of my virtualization server. I wish I had a little more to show you, but right now it isn't working as correctly as I would like it to. Oh yeah, I remember what happened to this. I never got the operating system actually installed on there because I was having an issue with these SAS SSDs. For some reason, my SAS controller does not like them at all, and it runs incredibly slow, so I waited 2 hours and was only at 5% installation. So I'm going to go ahead and shut these down. Thank you. Have a beautiful day. That concludes the overview of my virtualization server. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments below.